Great. Okay, I got somebody else here. Let's get rid of that. Right, we've got these pictures, which I'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. That's recording. And I'm not hearing you for some reason.
I'm kidding you.
Oh my dupe! I do that. That's my joke. I've done that to so many people on the air. Jesus, I'm all flabbergasted. Then they turn the gain up and they blow their headphones off. Oh God, that's so nasty. We obviously share the same deviant sense of humor, or brilliant sense. So let's get the pictures up.
I have a file, but I can't seem to find it. Somebody who did a lot of research on prehistoric man, and the farthest back written history, or mouth-to-mouth history, is that at one time there was no moons, and then there was 2 moons, and then there was 1 moon. So I don't know whether the second moon was the electromagnetic vehicle that was putting our moon in place, or whether it was something else.
Do we want to go? Yep.
Now, when I say the electromagnetic vehicle, I was talking to Dr. Berggren, who did the research on Saturn and found the huge vehicles in the rings of Saturn. I asked him where the electromagnetic vehicle is at this time, and he said it was probably on the far side of the moon. So we looked for a place where it might be, and we think we found it on the crater Tchaikovsky. Now, the other thing is, of course, when they got back in the final time and closed the door and repressurized, took off their suits, and they wanted to get rid of some weight. So they opened the door and threw out their boots.
Yeah, so that works.
There's so many wonderful stories about the things that they didn't think about.
Yeah, I thought that yeah, and of course that big.
They could have held their breath, huh?
Yeah, they have got to hold their breath. Yeah, dead. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. The next slide I've got is AL0321. Good final by Chris.
It's what?
It's AL03213. Are you familiar with that one? These are the ones you sent.
3213. You can't show me a picture?
Let's see if I can put that on the. I have to. Right, let's see if I can go back here. Sharing. No, that's not gonna. Don't want to do that.
Just read the numbers again.
Okay, it's ALO 3213. Good final. 14 by 16. Chris 2012. It's Damasu City.
That's what?
It's Dame Assur City. I think it's French.
Yep. Okay, Damaso.
Okay, Damaso. Yeah.
Is the city that's on the far left of the moon.
This is a highly gridded structure. Lots of.
I haven't been able to see. Now you can see the city there, right?
Yeah, there's a whole like a layout of Los Angeles almost.
Okay, I can't find the McDonald's, but supposedly there's one there.
Yeah, there probably is a McDonald's. Is it? Do you think that would be an organic McDonald's? So whereabouts is that relative to the main picture?
Well, I'm just kidding you, but
yes, of course.
That is
you were? I
Yeah, that's about all I have to say. It's a big city, but there's plenty of other big cities. We'll come to one that's on Patavius B sooner or later in this row of photos. But you can see there, it's a very large city, active.
Now those pictures are originally color, weren't they? Or
There's like,
are there any surviving color pictures from the 1960s, like in the Time Life magazine or?
oh no, NASA says that they didn't take any color, and the original positives were 20 by 24, and the positives that I've been able to get from NASA are 16 by 20.
So a greatly reduced resolution.
Is what?
A greatly reduced resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is Apollo Hoax GWA1. Oh, I think
that's the the city that is 125 miles to the northwest of Copernicus, and the crater there is called Tobias Myers.
Tobias Myers.
Or Tobias Mayer. Tobias Mayer. And the main photo, the 16 by 20, includes much more than I showed. All I showed was the part that shows part of the city where you can see a diagonal road going from the top or the
from around about maybe 7 o'clock up till maybe 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock.
Right, that's correct. That's one of the roads, and you can see the if you have a good imagination like I do, houses and trees and stuff like that.
Are those apple trees or vine trees?
Pear trees.
Pear
they
trees.
Don't grow apples on the moon.
Yeah, of course. Just believe, my God. Okay, the next one is
no, but if that's actually a road, you can imagine the traffic problems between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the evening when they're all trying to get out of town.
Now, is that a lunar evening after, or is that a?
That's right. It's a good point because a lunar evening is 3 days long.
Yeah, and do they have AM radio there, or do they have to use?
Very good point there. I forgot about that. So that's approximately 72 hours of a traffic jam there.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, but yeah, this is dreadful. No traffic management, but they'd get that cured here. They'd have spy cameras, and of course that would immediately solve everything.
It says what?
It just says Towers, John Lear.
How do you spell Powers?
Towers. So it's my Belfast accent. Towers.
Oh,
tower. A tower. It's got a yellow circle in the middle, and it looks like a close-up of an area of something in the center. Sure.
Is this a dog here?
What?
Have you got a dog in front of you?
No, it's not a dog. It's a microphone.
Oh.
I have to talk.
It seems very rapt in attention to what you're saying. I think, boy, if that's a dog, he's really interested in all this.
Well, I've got it pretty close because there's a small airfield nearby here. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Thief Row.
Yeah.
Sorry, Heathrow. Sorry, you might have heard Thief Row.
Thief Row?
It's a nickname. They call it Thief Row.
Yeah, well, we used to call it Thief Row because when I was non-skidding, we wouldn't put any of our bags through the regular baggage handlers because they would steal as much as they can. These are not American Indians. They're the other kind. And what I wanted to do was one day is put a 14-man life raft into my bag so that when all they had to do was just click it a little bit and this 14-man life raft would unfold in the middle of the place where they're checking all the baggage. You see what I mean?
I'm sending you yes. That would be dreadfully unkind.
You don't think that's funny?
I think that's very funny, and I think, of course, you wouldn't be able to bring that on as hand baggage.
I wouldn't what?
You wouldn't have it as hand baggage. I'm sending you the picture now.
No, I put it through the regular baggage. So when the other Indians, not the American Indians, opened it to steal my stuff, the 14-man life raft would unfold.
I think that's really good idea. And of course, you'd be helping health and safety. You
No,
know,
see, I'd be upstairs. All this going on
I know,
downstairs.
I know, but you see, you'd be helping the health and safety of the rescue of people on the airplane in case it went down. Have you been to England recently?
Not recently. I haven't been there for, let's see, should be 15 years. No,
Oh my!
less than that.
Well, they still have running water and electricity, and they still drive on the correct side of the road here.
Hmm.
You should go across the picture because it's made up of strips.
You're talking English again?
Yes, I'm talking English.
Okay.
You know, these planes are only about 500 feet above this place. Anyway, they turn here, they vector across.
Is that a train or a plane?
A plane?
What?
It's a plane.
It's a plane?
Yeah,
Is a plane
I'm
like a plane?
pronouncing it correctly in Belfast English. And Belfast English was spoken by Queen Elizabeth I. So I reckon...
Plane. Oh, I'll have to remember that one.
Aeroplane.
This is just great. Your little dog here is right in front of your mouth. It looks like a beard or something.
Yeah, well, you should have seen me in a beard. I was terrifying. Terrifying.
There, much better, much better.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we've now got the main moon with all the bits airbrushed out. White out below obscures large city north of Lomonovsky.
Yeah, they put that white stuff to obscure any cities, and sometime if we get around to it, I'll show you where you can just barely make out the city under all that white stuff that they paint on there. If you look on the moon to that you can't see it.
Because this is the far side.
The moon, there would be no white. They didn't have enough whiteout to put on the moon.
Well, it's a bit of a big whiteout. Is that lime?
Several gallons of whiteout were needed.
Several gallons. Are those U.S. gallons or imperial gallons? I don't know which is bigger. Yeah, the Nazi. You've misspelt NASA. You've put a Z in there. Is there some reason for that?
Yes. Yes, there is a reason.
I just.
The true spelling is NAZA.
Yeah, you've ruined that panel. That was a good panel.
I lost all my teeth and broke my jaw in 2 places and various other. I think that's what happened to me head.
You mean it knocked some sense into you?
Yeah, right where the arrow is where my nose was.
Jesus.
Right there.
God.
Not that big, you moron. It was the largest airplane ever raced at Reno, and I came in 5th.
You came in 5th?
I came in 5th out of 6 airplanes, and the 6th airplane that I passed was a P-51, and one of the pilots of the B-70 program came up to me after the race and said that he had personally seen 3 fighter pilots commit suicide off the back of the grandstands when I passed the P-51.
So you are exceeding its nominal flight velocity.
Right, and if you want to check on his name, it was Ted Sturmthal. He was one of the B-70 pilots.
I can
Call
see
me
it.
again if you want to do this. This is fun.
Yeah, this is good fun. I like all this stuff.
And I just love the little doggy in front of you. I've just been staring at him with rapt attention as he is staring at you.
Well, I used to be a close mic rock jock on the pirate station, so we'd get very close to the mic, so it would be close up. Okay, well, that's good. It works. All the plugs work. And
Okay. One more question. When you sent me the original photo of the large aircraft that you saw from the tower,
yeah.
were you as involved in all this then as you are now?
Oh, yeah, I've been in the pirate business for years. This is just the output tube. You call them, this is a valve. We would call that a valve. That's our 11,000 watt power triode.
Impressive.
And that's a souvenir.
Yeah.
And we crank, basically, we just crank all the meters up to the right. We weren't licensed, so you just crank all the meters up on the right for the power output. but all the power input from the generator, you'd make sure they're off to the left as much as possible, so you got as much output for as minimum power.
Yeah.
So it was a fairly straightforward tuning procedure. But and then you've got that's real pirate radio,
Okay.
FM.
But when you sent me that picture, you were as involved in all this conspiracy theory as you were then?
Yeah, I've been involved with this since I've been knee-high to a grasshopper. And I once was knee-high to a grasshopper.
Yeah, okay. I can believe that.
Well, yeah, that's a whole different story. Let's put it this way. We were allowed to transmit for 9 years without a license.
Yeah.
And obviously that's in somebody else's interest. But we're running out of tape, running out of batteries, and you've got to
See
go.
you later.
God bless.